on now. Yeah? Right. Awful, isn't it, internet? Yeah. So, lovely to see you all. And we're just going to start now with our postural check, yeah? So Charlie Chaplin the feet, and then bring the heels in line with the toes. Soften the knees, and just put the hands on the pelvis and just take it backwards and forwards. We'll all know what we're doing with this. So we're going Elvis, pelvis, and duck bum. Don't let the spine move, you're just isolating the pelvis. Now get that halfway mark between Elvis, pelvis, and duck bum, so the tailbone is pointing down. Then lengthen yourself up. Straighten the knees, but don't lock them. Lengthen yourself through the spine as if you're being pulled up to the ceiling by a piece of string. Take your shoulders right up to your ears, roll them back in a capital D, and push them into your buttock pocket. So now your hands are at your side seams. Chicken tuck the head back, as if you're popping a ripe peach or a tennis ball from there to there and holding it to stop the neck from jutting forward. Now we're in this lovely Pilates posture that feels uncomfortable because of poor posture. The only way we can keep it in is stick in that core muscle. Get that focus. So let's just take a lovely deep breath in through the nose. And as we breathe full and wide through the rib cage, not the belly, so it doesn't interfere with our zip up and hollow, I want you to pull up them wind and water muscles and draw the belly button back to the spine. Hold for a breath and release. So we're looking on the next one to get a 30% contraction so that we're able to breathe in and breathe out and hold it for all the Pilates class. As if you've fastened a waistcoat that's one size too small. Not 3 sizes too small that we can't breathe. Let's go again. Deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe out through that straw in the mouth and you breathe full and wide through the rib cage, pull up the pelvic floor, the wind and water muscles without the butt clenching, and draw the belly button back to the spine without firing the fronts of those thighs. When you've got that nice pull in, hold that and breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and hold that lovely contraction, and as you breathe out, float the arms up. Breathe in, bring them down, and breathe out as you float them up. Take them that little bit higher. Nothing is moving, we're just warming up them ball and socket joints, and we're getting that little bit higher. So you exhale on effort. I always think of them 2 E's together, it's easier to remember. So we're just getting that breathing pattern going, and we're coming that little bit higher. On the next one, as we exhale up, we inhale and hold, reach up to the ceiling, and then we're going to side bend. Push that left foot into the mat as you reach over with that left arm. Come back to the centre on an inhale, and let's go the other side. So don't lean backwards or forward, you're between 2 panes of glass. Come back down, bring the arms back down, and let's do one more. Reach in and come down. Reach up to the ceiling, reach and bend. And then come back to the centre on an inhale, and exhale and reach and bend. Come back to the centre, bring our arms down the side, take a lovely deep breath in and go into a lovely Pilates squat. Just check your feet are in line with the floorboard so your knees don't roll in or out. Peach under the chin, chest up, shoulder blades down. Push up again, let's do that again. Reach up to the ceiling, side bend on an exhale, inhale back to the centre, side bend on an exhale, sweep the arms down, come into a lovely Pilates squat, push them buttocks back, shoulder blades down, and this time give yourself a big hug just to stretch out them upper postural muscles. This time you're going to come up and take the arms into Angel of the North. You're going to sweep them down. We're going to go again. Sweep up, reach up, bend to one side, come back to the centre, bend to the other side, come back to the centre, float the arms back down the side, come into a lovely Pilates squat, push them buttocks back as if you sat on a low stool, hug yourself, then come into Angel of the North and just stretch out them chest muscles. We're going to do the next one, and when we're in a Pilates squat, we're going to go on our tippy toes. If you want to stay on your flat feet, that's fine. Back to the centre and reach back to the other side. Float the arms down the side, go into a lovely squat, Give yourself a hug, and this time come up on your tippy toes. Balance, balance, balance. Stay on your tippy toes, kick in them core muscles, and do a lovely angel of the north and stretch. Flat feet. One more. Sweep up, bend to the side, back to the centre, side bend in the other direction, back to the centre, sweep the arms down the side, go into a lovely squat, come up on the tippy toes, balance, 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 give yourself a hug, stay on the tippy toes, angel of the north, and back down into flat feet. And then I want you to turn to the side, just so you can, I've turned the side, you don't have to. Step a foot back as far as you can. Oh, lost my balance there. Step a foot back. And then bend that knee at the back. Bend the front knee. So basically you've got two 90-degree angles where this knee is not coming over the toe. And then come back up. So you're not moving forward. You're literally moving down. So you're coming down. You're coming down in a straight line. So just warming up them quadriceps. And you're coming down. So you shouldn't be leaning forward. It should be the pelvis nice and straight, tailbone tucked under, and coming down. And let's do two more. And one more. The next one, we stay down, pop your hand on that knee, take a deep breath in, look forward, engage the tummy muscles, and you're going to just sweep the arm round. You're going to follow it with the head. Is where you've got to really kick in them balance muscles. Follow it with the head, come back, swap hands, and let's take the other one in a circle. Reach it up to the ceiling, follow it with the head, take it round by the back and bring it back. Bring that back, give them legs a little shake and let's swap. So step that leg back as much as you can. Beautiful. If you find your balance is not right, like mine was at the beginning, make your stance wider. And now you're going to bend your knee so you're on the ball of your foot and you should have two 90-degree angles, yeah? So basically, this knee is not going over your toe. So you're coming down and up. Now if this is too much for you, just stay feet hip width apart standing and just do squats. That's fine. This time stay down. Look forward. Engage them tummy muscles. Hand on the knee. Take a deep breath in. Engage. Look at that arm. Take it toward the ceiling. Follow it with the head. Take it round and back. Go again. With the other arm, follow with the head. Kick in them core muscles. Come back. Bring that back up. And give your legs a lovely shake because you will really, really feel that. Now, first position, or Charlie Chaplin. Take the tailbone pointing down and immediately feel the glutes kicking in the inner thighs. Hold that lovely big beach ball. Shoulders down, peach under the chin. Take a deep breath in. And on the next exhale, just come up on the toes. Just come up on the toes. That's lovely. If that's too much for people, remember you can just do the squat. But this time with your feet together, because then you're working those inner thighs a bit more. If you're all right doing this, carry on. Hold that big beach ball. Squeeze the thighs together. Keep the heels in, up. Beautiful. So you're exhaling up. Keep that belly button pulled up and in. And this time let's stay up as if we've got a piece of elastic coming out of our head. And we're bouncing. We're just bouncing on that elastic. Just work them calves. A little bit more. Stay up. We're just working those calves. If it's too much, you stay with the squats with your feet together. Feet and knees together. Stay with that. And then come down. Let's go up again. Up and down. Hold that there. Keep the pelvis, headlamps pointing forward. Take a lovely deep breath in without moving the pelvis. You're going to keep the nose in line with the sternum and you're going to turn the upper body to your left side. Don't let the pelvis move. Imagine the headlamps are pointing forward. Back to the centre. Engage the tummy muscles as you turn and you'll get around that a little bit further. Back to the centre again. Deep breath in. Exhale, take that upper body round. Inhale back to the centre. Exhale back round. And back to the centre. Keep those legs in this position and we're going to get a lovely stretch now from the calves that we've worked. You want to check you're in alignment, engage the tummy, and we're going to do a lovely roll down. So first of all, take the chin to the chest, keep that belly button pulled up and in. Keep the hands close to the legs, and we're wheeling out that vertebrae. Link by link, bone by bone, my favourite expression. Get down as far as you can, check the head is hanging heavy. Give your head a nod, 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 and a shake, shake, shake. Then engage the tummy muscles and restack that spine from the bottom, like Lego, one brick at a time. And the last thing to come up should be the head. Roll back the shoulders and let's do one more because we're getting a nice stretch of the inner thighs and the calves at the same time. Take a lovely deep breath in, engage the tummy muscles because that's your back protection. Take the chin to the chest. Drop the arms. They should be like gorilla's arms. Imagine you're like a piece of wallpaper rolling off the wall. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keep them heels turned in. Engage them tummy muscles. Get down as far as you can. Give the head a nod, nod, nod. Give the head a shake, shake, shake. Engage the tummy muscles and wheel up that vertebrae. So now we're going to stretch what you can, what we call the IT band, which is at the side of our thighs. Bring the feet back to hip width apart, and I want you now to take the right foot and cross it in front of the left foot. So basically, your ankle is in front of the other ankle. If you feel like you're wobbling, just take your stance a little bit wider. But if you can manage it, that's fine. Relax the knees, engage the tummy muscles, and start to wheel out the vertebrae. Take the chin to the chest. Just one vertebrae at a time. You've really got to kick your balance muscles in here because your feet are not a stable base. Get down as far as you can and you'll get that nice stretch of the leg behind, the left leg, the IT band at the side of that hip, down the side of the thigh. That helps keep the knee tracking. So just hang there, engage the tummy muscles and start to wheel the vertebrae back up from the bottom of the spine, like a piece of wallpaper going back up against the wall. So you feel that you have this stretch here. Let's swap legs. So now you're putting the left leg in front and at the side, so the left ankle is in front of the right ankle. Remember, you can widen your stance if you think you're going to fall. Check you're in alignment. Keep them tummy muscles engaged and that little pull up, zip up and hollow. And then take the chin to the chest and wheel out that vertebrae. Just think one at a time, like a bicycle chain. And imagine a ball pushing against your tummy, so you keep that back arched. And then just hang. Get a good stretch of that IT band at the side. And then take a lovely deep breath in. On the next exhale, check them tummy muscles are engaged as we wheel that vertebrae back up. Link by link, bone by bone. Roll the shoulders back, sit the head back on its stack, and now we're ready to go down onto the mat on all fours. So stand at the end of your mat, check you're in alignment, tailbone pointing down, alignment, breath, core, and on your next exhale, just check you've got them tummy muscles engaged and start to wheel out the vertebrae. Get a nice flexible spine. Keep the hands close to the legs. Hang that head. Get a good stretch. Just hang there. And give the head a good nod, nod, nod. Don't let anything else move. Shake, shake, shake. Then when you're ready, bend the knees. And you're going to walk out onto the mat and we're going to do 4 lovely angry cats and cows. So just check your knees are in line with your hips. Hands in line with shoulders. And take a lovely deep breath in. And on the next exhale, I want you to drop your head and look in between your thighs. Then start to lift the chest as if there's a candle burning the chest and we're pulling away from it. Start to arch the back. The tailbone will tuck under, but pull it under that a little bit more to get a good stretch. Drop that head, look in between the thighs. Breathe into that stretch. Then when you're ready, on your next exhale, you're going to start to lift the tailbone into the air. 1 vertebrae at a time, you're going to drop the vertebrae toward the floor as if you're getting a big pool of water in the bottom of your back. Take the shoulder blades down the back and keep the peach under the chin. Let's just do 2 more. Just breathe in and enjoy that stretch. Drop the head. Look in between the thighs. Let the tailbone tuck under and stretch. And breathe into that and go back into a cow stretch. Tailbone in the air. Drop the next vertebrae, take the shoulder blades down the back and feel like we've got that lovely big pool of water in the bottom of the back. Now you're going to slowly bring that tummy up until the back is nice and straight, and you should feel at this point the tummy muscles starting to grab up. Just tuck in so you can see, yeah? So once you feel the tummy muscles grab, check your knees are hip width apart. Knees are in line with hips, hands are in line with shoulders, shoulder blades down the back, peach under the chin as if you're looking at a mirror on the mat in front of your fingers, yeah? So now the whole point of this exercise, thread the needle, we're going to alternate and do one side at a time, is to stretch the upper postural muscles without the pelvis joining in the ride. So we've got to keep that still. So think about a cup of tea on the pelvis. So you're going to take a deep breath in, turn the palm, this palm, toward the ceiling. It doesn't matter which one you do because we're doing alternate. And then on the next exhale, you're going to engage the tummy. You're going to keep this hand close to the wrist, because if you come nearer this way, you're going to start to bend the back and move the pelvis. So the key is to keep the back long from the waist up, yeah? Keep the length in the spine. You're going to thread that through as it lifts off the mat. You're going to literally, keeping the pelvis still, bring the nose in line with the sternum and turn the rib cage as much as you can. Point the fingers toward the ceiling and look at the tips of them. It's as if basically you're giving yourself a big hug. Yeah? Then we're going to come back, pop the hand under that shoulder blade, and we're going to, on an inhale, turn the palm over to face us, and then on the next exhale, you're going to sweep the back of the hand along the mat until it starts to lift. You're going to hug yourself. Take it right round the ribcage and point the fingers towards the ceiling. Now, if that's enough for you, stay that. If you think this is just not good for my knees, staying on my knees, Zena, please carry on doing this. But if you've got knee issues, sit on your bottom, stretch out the legs, get that nice spinal, straight, nice stacked spine, prayer position, and keep the pelvis still, and on the next exhale, rotate the upper body and keep the nose in line with the sternum. So that literally is what you could be doing. So for all those that are all right on all fours, let's start to add to this. If that is enough for you, right, if you want a little bit more, start to thread the needle, keep the pelvis still, and this time, instead of taking the fingers up toward the ceiling, slide the arm along the mat, bend the other elbow until the shoulder and the side of the cheek, the face, hits the mat. Take the opposite arm behind the back, get a good stretch, breathe into that for a nice couple of breaths. Then take that arm, pop it under that shoulder, take a lovely deep breath in. On the next exhale, push yourself up through this tricep, bring that arm back to its starting position and go to the other side. So let's have another little go. Inhale, turn the hand. Exhale, sweep the arm across the floor. Reach it out in front. Keep it along the mat in contact. Bend the opposite elbow. Get the shoulder and the side of the face to the mat. And then if you want, you can pop this arm behind the back to get a stretch. Take a lovely deep breath in. On the next exhale, push up and come back to starting point. So pause the video at this time and carry on, either alternating with the rib hug or going down. And if you can't get your cheek and your shoulder on the mat, don't do this option. Yeah, you've got to be able to get the side of the face and the shoulder on the mat and push up, and we're just alternating. And then I want you to come back, pause the video and do as many as you like, and come back and give those wrists a rest. So bend the knees, take the buttocks back to the heels. If you can't get the buttocks back to the heels, and you're trying to get your head on the mat and the buttocks are lifting, make two fists with your hand and rest on them. If that's still too much for your knees, sit on your bottom and hug your knees, bend your knees. You get that same back stretch. And when we're ready and we've had a lovely stretch of that lower back, we're ready to go back up and add on. So check you're in alignment, knees hip width apart, knees in line with hips, hands in line with shoulders. Check we've got that lovely straight back, engage them tummy muscles, and remember we've got that cup of tea on the pelvis. So let's start. We're going to take a lovely deep breath in and turn the hand, and on the next out breath, the opposite leg to the hand that turns is going to slide out, yeah? Keep that pelvis nice and still. And then on the next exhale, you can either lift that leg or you can leave it where it is. But if you choose to lift it, flex the foot. Don't lift too high because look, I've lost neutral spine. It's not how high you lift, it's how straight you can get that leg. So have no bend in the knee. And then on your next exhale, you're going to literally thread the needle without the pelvis moving. Then you're going to come back, pop that hand on the mat, the foot on the mat, and come back, drag the leg back and start the other side. So remember, it's opposite hand to leg. So you slide the leg out as you turn the palm, yeah? And on the next exhale, lift the leg or leave it on the mat, whatever's best for you. And you're going to engage the tummy muscles, keep that pelvis still, and you're going to give that rib cage a big hug, and you're going to follow them fingertips with your head without your pelvis moving. Then you're going to come back, and the foot comes back to the mat as the hand comes back to the mat, and the drag back without your pelvis moving, ready to go at the other side. Don't spill that cup of tea. On the next exhale, you turn the palm, take the leg out, take a deep breath in, engage the tummy as you lift and flex, or you leave the toe on the mat. Lift and flex, and then engage the tummy muscles is literally you really give them ribs a nice hug and look at them fingers toward the ceiling. Engage them tummy muscles. Come back, foot comes back to the mat, leg goes back. We change legs without moving our pelvis. Give it another go. Try to make sure that this hand stays near this opposite wrist, because if you bring it nearer and closer, your pelvis is going to move and your back's going to arch. It's about keeping from the waist up your spine long. So let's go again. Deep breath in. On the next exhale, turn the palm, take the leg out. Lift and flex. Engage the tummy muscles. Don't let that pelvis move. Give that rib cage a big hug. Follow them fingertips with the eyes. Hold on a breath. On the next exhale, as you bring the arm back, you bring the foot back, the arm back, and you're ready to change to the other side without the pelvis moving. Let's do one more, but you pause this, lift and flex. You pause the video and see if you can do 10 in total. If you can't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So take it back, drag it back, and come back and give those wrists a rest. Or sit on your bottom, stretch out your legs, and imagine you're reaching over a big beach ball on your lap, or bend your knees and hug your knees. And have a good rest of those wrists by twiddling them behind you. And now when we've had a nice stretch and a rest, we're going to come out onto our front. Okay? So, rest your forehead on the back of your hands. Check your shoulder blades are down the back. Lengthen your legs, the hip width apart. Now what we're going to do is, because we're lying in duck bum, the back is arched when you're lying prone, you're going to slightly engage the pubic bone in the mat. You're going to hold that engagement, then you're going to take a deep breath in, and on the next out breath, you're going to draw the belly button back to the spine, and you'll feel your buttock muscles clenching. Hold that on an in breath, then on the next out breath, slowly let that belly button release toward the mat until the point when your buttocks relax, and hover it there. Don't let it drop to the mat. It's like an internal contraction. So we've put a hot stone underneath, yeah? So the key to this is to isolate the upper body muscles, switch off the buttocks, switch off the legs, and switch off the neck. So leaving the hands on the mat, shoulder blades down the back, you're going to take a lovely deep breath in, and on the next exhale, my hand is in between your shoulder blades, and you're going to lift up and you're going to lower. So that's all you're simply doing. you're learning to isolate that upper postural muscle so the upper back is actually lifting that head. So it's not your neck that's getting engaged. You are learning to switch off the neck and switch off the glutes. Now, if you feel like your glute muscles are starting to tighten, open your legs wide, flop your heels out, and let your big toes look at each other. So you are actually sending a signal to the brain that your glutes are not involved in this exercise. And once you feel like your neck is switched off, and it's as if your head's coming out your shoulders, the next one you're going to glue your hands to your forehead, and you're going to exhale and lift, inhale and lower. Check your glutes are relaxed, and your belly button is drawn up off that hot stone. So you're lifting and you're lowering. Now, if this is enough for you, you stay at that. Or we're going to add on. So you exhale and lift. Inhale, reach the arms forward to 12 o'clock. Keep the neck relaxed. And then bring them back and go back down. Go again. Inhale, exhale, lift. Reach out the arms forward and bring them back under the forehead and come back down. Let's add on. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, reach out. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sweep the arms round. The chest will automatically lift. As you turn the palms in, push the fingertips down toward the ankles. Sweep the arms back to 12 o'clock. Keep the neck relaxed. You should feel it in your upper body. And then bring them back under the forehead and come back down. Go again. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale. Reach the arms forward. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sweep them round. Your chest will lift. Keep the neck relaxed. Push the fingertips toward the ankles. Hold for a breath. Take them back to 12 o'clock. And then under the forehead and back down. Pause the video at any point and do more. Whatever you feel you can do. If this is enough, just doing the amount we're doing, 4 to 6, then stay at this. And then come back down. Let's do one more. Keep that neck relaxed. If you are feeling it in the neck, I just want you to go back to the first option of literally leaving the hands on the mat and lifting and lowering the upper back till you can switch off. That is so important that you learn to isolate the upper postural muscles and switch off the neck. Now we're going to come back to the starting point, relax the upper body, bring the legs back to hip width apart, check we've still got that pubic bone engagement, relax the upper body, yeah? You can, if your arms are aching, you can use your little head roll and you can literally bring your arms down the side or you can have them bent, whatever's comfortable. Just switch off the upper body. Bring the legs, lengthen them, hip width apart, then bend the knees and flex the feet, yeah? Your head should be down, mine's up so you can hear me, yeah? Now we've got a cup of tea on our pelvis. Keep the hip bones knitted to the mat. Keep a 90-degree angle. And what you're going to do is you're going to exhale and inhale. And you're literally going to alternate each leg, pushing your foot as if you're imprinting your foot toward the ceiling. But what shouldn't be happening is this. Your pelvis should not be moving. Your hip bones should be glued to the mat as you push your foot toward the ceiling. You should just be feeling it in those glutes, yeah? Brilliant. Now, if you're finding this easy, you could try a single, and then how about both legs? Now, that's a whole new ball game because remember, as soon as you do the both legs, you're bringing your lower back extensors in the exercise. If it hurts your lower back, just stay on singles. If this still hurts your lower back, straighten your legs and lift and lower. Keep the legs nice and long as if you're pushing the foot toward the wall behind. If you're finding this easy, stay on doubles. Right? And at this point, you can literally stop the video and do as many as you can. If you can do 20, great. 15 to 20. And now at this point, you will want to give your back a rest. So come up onto all fours and I want you to give yourself a lovely angry cat stretch. Arch that back. Get that tailbone tucked right under. Get a good stretch. And really pull the belly button back to the spine. Then take the buttocks back to the heels. Reach the arms forward. Get a good stretch. If you can't get your bottom where you end up lifting it to get the head to the mat, just make bricks with your fists to get them buttocks back further. If it's too much for your knees, remember, sit on your bottom and hug your knees. You get the same lower back stretch. Reach the arms behind or in front or whatever you feel you need. Because when you stretch this lower back, we're actually going to go back and put the two together. Yeah? So come back on your front. And if you just watch me through this, and then at this point, you can choose what option is best for you. Hands on the back of the hands, forehead on the back of the hands, shoulder blades down the back. Lengthen the legs, engage the pubic bone, draw the belly button back just 30% so that the buttock muscles are not engaging, but your belly button's drawn up off that hot stone. Yeah. And now you're going to bend your knees, flex your feet, yeah? Or if you find it easier with your legs straight, you can leave them straight. Bend the knees, flex the foot. You're going to take a deep breath in on the next exhale. You're going to lift both legs and the upper body with the hands glued to the forehead. You're going to inhale and hold. You're going to exhale, reach the legs out straight and reach the arms out. Hold on an in-breath. On the next exhale, you're going to squeeze the legs together as you sweep the arms around the side, palms facing in, and you bring the fingertips towards the ankles. You're going to hold on a breath, and then as you sweep the arms around to the front again, you're going to open the legs to hip width apart. Then you're going to bend the knees as you bring the hands back under the forehead, flex the feet, and come down. I'll talk you through that one again, and you can carry on doing them if you're finding that quite easy. And then what I'll do is, while you're doing them, I'll give people other options. So, deep breath in, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach forward, reach the legs back. Hold for a breath, squeeze the legs together as you sweep the arms around the side, push the fingertips down toward the ankles. Keep the neck switched off. Then sweep the arms back round the front as the legs come to hip width apart. Then bend the knees back as you bring the hands back under the forehead and come back down. Keep on going with that, those who are fine with that. If that's too much for you, what you can do, you can lift one leg as you lift the upper body. Yeah, so you can do it that way. You can work on the one leg. Sweep it round, bring the leg to the centre. Bring the leg back, bring that back to bend and down, then it's the other leg's turn. Or you can do the upper body first and the lower body. Yeah, whatever you feel is best for your back. But you work at your level. So stop the video and see if you can do a few more, 15 to 20. And at this point, you will need to give your back a rest. So come up on all fours. And let's go back into our favourite stretches, just to stretch the bottom of that back. Lovely angry cat stretch. Arch the back, drop the head, look in between the thighs, pull that belly button right back toward the spine. Then take the buttocks back to the heels. Either make bricks with the hands if you can't get the head to the mat and rest on the fists, or drop the head down and reach the arms back just to stretch out them shoulders and neck, or sit on your bottom, swing your legs out in front of you and imagine you're reaching over a big beach ball, or hug your knees. Whatever's best for you. You work with your body. Beautiful. Then when we're ready, we're going to come and sit at the end of the mat and we're going to have a lovely stretch. So sit up nice and tall, stretch out the legs in front, check your stack correctly, and then I want you just to walk your hands towards your feet. Engage them tummy muscles, and it's not how far you get the hands, it's keeping the calves in the mat to get a lovely hamstring and calf stretch. Drop the head, and then just pull the toes toward the knees to get a bigger stretch. You feel that now, don't you? Then point the toes, and see if you can walk the hands a little bit further forward. Then flex the toes. Keep the calves on the mat. And then come up and sit up straight. Have a soft bend in the knees. And I want you just to drop the knees. Now I call this a frog. So a lovely soft bend in the knees. And it's as if your feet aren't together. They're just like soles of your feet looking at each other. Lovely. So sit up nice and tall. And we're going to go in and do some C curls and lean back, yeah? Shoulders blades down your back. Check you stack correctly. Take a lovely deep breath in and C curl. And remember, it's bringing the hip bones in the rib cage without dropping the spine. Yeah? And then sit back up. Go again. Deep breath in and C curl. And then exhale and sit back up. Let's add to this. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Keep that belly button in. Don't let the belly pop out like a loaf of bread in a tin. Take a deep breath in and hold. On the next exhale, scoop the belly in, come back into a C curl and sit up straight. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Keep that belly scooped in. Don't let it pop out, because that means that you're not working the transverse abdominis. Then hold on a breath. On the next exhale, scoop the belly in, come into a C curl and sit up straight. We're going to add on. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, turn the upper body and keep the nose in line with the sternum. You should feel that in your inner thighs. Come back to the centre. And then I want you to go back into a C curl and sit up straight. Go again. Let's do the other side. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Go a bit back further if you want to make it harder. Inhale, hold. Exhale, take the upper body round. Inhale, back to the centre. Exhale, scoop the belly in. Come into a C curl and sit up straight. Let's add on and do both sides while we're down there. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, turn the upper body. Inhale, come back to the centre. Exhale, turn the upper body. Inhale, back to the centre. Exhale, scoop the belly in. Come up into a C curl and sit up. You should really feel it there. If it's too much, just hug your knees at this point. Let's go again. Deep breath in and C curl. Exhale and lean back. Inhale and hold. Exhale, turn the upper body. Inhale, back to the centre. Exhale, turn in the other direction. Inhale, back to centre. Stay there and let's do a lovely angel of the no. Bring it back to the centre. And then scoop the belly in. Go up into a C curl and sit up straight. If you want to pause the video and do 4 more of them advanced ones, you are more than welcome. If not, bring the knees slightly bent and we're going to roll back down on the mat and have a stretch. Remember the easy option of getting down to the mat, hands behind on the floor, fingers pointing forward, deep breath in and C curl. But this time, because we're doing more than a lean back, you keep your C curl going, let your elbows relax, and go down to the mat that way. Keep the head up and then use the arms to help you down. Or if you want to be brave and give it a go, deep breath in and C curl. Exhale, scoop the belly in. Keep that tilt going. Keep bringing the hip bones in the rib cage, right? If you think you're going to fall, lift up the leg and hang on to it and use that to control you. If not, just keep that scoop, one vertebrae at a time, keep going down the mat, and then you're going to give yourself a lovely body stretch. From the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes, you're getting a good stretch. Enjoy that stretch. Then you're going to bring one arm down the side. It doesn't matter which one because we're doing both sides. And then the other one's going to be above your head. And you're going to roll over onto that arm. So that stays at 12 o'clock. You're going to get your little head roll and you're going to put it not in your neck, on your pulse point. So that your neck is not a lateral flexion. You want your spine straight, yeah? You're going to get that arm at just before 12 o'clock. And you're going to, what you're doing is lengthening your waist. So you don't want to be lying hip hitch. You want your hip bones level. Lengthen your waist so you get a little lift off the mat. And you're going to pop a hot stone under there. And you're not going to drop that waist. You're going to just flex your toes. And you should just be able to look down and see the tips of them. If you can see more than the tips, take them back. If you can't see the tips at all, bring them forward. Bring the peach back under the chin. Roll the pelvis slightly forward as if you've got a torch in your belly button and it's shining 45 degrees toward the floor, not toward the wall in front of you. Challenge where you put the hand, because now we're going to start to lift from lower. So remember, don't let that leg bend that's left on the mat, because what will happen is it'll creep into its own little bend, because it's your body's way of saying, let's try and make this easier and not use your core. If you bend the knee, your leg's balancing you rather than your core. So if you feel that knee starting to creep into its own little bend, just flex the foot, just stop it. You challenge where you put your hand. This is the easiest, but there's a cream cake under it. Or you can take it down the side seams of your trousers, or you can have it up in the air and look at it. It's entirely your choice, or palm to palm, whatever you choose to do. And then we're going to add on, you're going to exhale up, you're going to inhale, hold, then you're going to squeeze them together and bring it down. Let's have another go. You're going to exhale up, engage the tummy, squeeze the legs together, look at the arm if you want, hold it for 5 seconds and bring them down. So you challenge where you put your hand. You can make this as easier or as hard as you like, yeah? Stop the video and do 20, yeah? Now we're going to add on. So now you're going to lift and lower both of them. So you're going to exhale up and you're going to inhale down. You decide where to put your hand. If you think you're wobbling, put it in front of you. But remember, there's a cream cake under it. You pause the video at any point and you work this hard if you want to, because this is a real good hip strengthener as well as really a good waist whittler. Now let's add. So now you will want your hand in front of your rib cage, yeah, but keep that shoulder away from the ear. And then you're going to take a deep breath in, exhale and lift. Flex your feet on an inhale without your thigh chafing against the mat. You're going to bring your knees into your chest. You're going to point your toes and you're going to reach them out. Go again. Deep breath in, flex your feet. Exhale, bring your knees into your chest. Point your toes, squeeze your knees together and reach back. Pause the video and see if you can do 15. Pause the video. Got that? If it's too much, stop, bend the knees and give the hips a slap. Give them a good slap. But for those who want to work harder, carry on. So now we're ready to move on to the other side. So I want you to come back, take your towel with you, and I want you to get on that brick wall again. Take that arm to 12 o'clock or just before. Put the towel right under your pulse point. Just check you can just see the tips of your toes. Roll the pelvis slightly forward and lengthen that waist so that both the feet are even. Challenge where you put your hand. You decide, yeah. Peach under the chin, shoulder away from the ear. And you're literally going to start exhaling and inhaling back. You literally are doing that without wobbling. You challenge where you put your hand. Remember, you can have it down the side seam of your trousers. You can have it up in the air. And if you want an extra challenge, you can look at it. If this foot is starting to bend, flex the foot to keep it straight. Get it flexed, yeah? You challenge where, or you can have palm on palm. Whatever you prefer to do. And then when you're ready, we'll move on to the next level. So we'll lift and squeeze and bring them both back down. Lift on an exhale, hold on an inhale, lift the next one on an exhale, squeeze and hold. Challenge where you put your hand. You decide yourself and hold for 10 seconds. Pause the video. You do what you feel you want to do. So you're lifting on an exhale. Hold on an inhale, squeeze with the next one. Challenge where you put your hand. Look up at the fingers. It challenges your core that a little bit more. And then lower. Now we're going to go on the next level. You're going to lift and lower both of them. So at this point, if you want to stop the video and you want to see if you can do 15, or 20, you can make Pilates as hard or as easy as you want. This is a real hip strengthener. and you're working your outer thigh. And then when you're ready, you're going to put your hand in front of you and you're going to flex your feet, keep them legs up. Take a deep breath in, flex the feet. On the next exhale, bend the knees, keep them glued together. Then point the toes and push them out. Go again, flex the feet, bring the knees in the chest, point the toes and straighten them out. The key to this is not letting your thighs chafe on the mat. So you flex and bend, point and stretch. Flex and bend, point and stretch. Stop the video at this point and do 15 to 20. You choose what you want. Then bend the knees, slap the hip, give it a good slap and a rub, and just turn over. And here's the lovely bit where we stretch out. Bend the knees, put the feet together, and let the knees fall apart. That is lovely. Pull the heels toward the body if you want a bigger inner thigh stretch. So we're doing a little stretch of the adductors and abductors here in the hips because we've been working there. Lovely, just stretch out, enjoy that stretch. Then bring the knees back together and then pull the right knee into the chest and you're getting a good stretch of the glute there. But straighten the other leg out to get a nice hip flexor stretch. Take the opposite hand to the knee that's bent and put it on the outside of that bent knee. Take the right arm and stretch it out along the floor, palm facing down, and then pull that right knee across the front of the body as much as you can that's comfortable for your back, and look along that arm that's stretched out. But keep the shoulder pinned to the mat because we've been working those obliques with our side turns. And then come back to the centre, pop that foot on the mat, bend the one that was straight and pull that one into the chest. Get a nice glute stretch, just pull that into the chest, straighten the other leg out to get a nice hip flexor stretch. Then take the opposite hand to the knee that's bent and put it on the outside of that bent knee. Straighten out now the left arm and bring this thigh, this knee across the front of your body and take it over as much as you can that is comfortable. Don't let the shoulder come off the mat and look along that other arm. Get a good stretch. Come back to the centre. Then reach out and give yourself a lovely body stretch. Then take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Cross the right ankle over the left ankle and tug on that right wrist and bend to the side. Get a good stretch. Then come back to the centre. Swap your ankle crosses. Now put your left over your right and now grab the other wrist with the other hand and bend to the opposite side. Get a good stretch. Just pull on that wrist and get a good stretch right through them lats, the obliques, right down in the top of that hip pelvis. Come back to the centre, uncross the ankles, roll over onto the front. Put your forehead on the back of your left hand. With your right hand, take a hold, bend your knee, take a hold of your right trouser leg or sock or ankle, whatever you can manage, or just have the knee bent, it doesn't matter. Pull it in your buttock. Push your knees together and push your hip bone in the mat. Pop your forehead on the back of your hand, and if you want to make this stretch harder, lift up the upper body but leave the hand on the mat and the eyes pierce to the back of the hand so you don't strain your neck. Keep the knees together. Stretch out them quadriceps. And then swap hands, swap legs, and let's go on to do the other one. Remember, if you want to make it harder, you just lift up the upper body, but keep your eyes pierced on the back of your hand that's left on the mat, and your knees together and hip bones in the mat. And then release that stretch, come up into an angry cat stretch. Arch the back and drop the head. Get a good stretch. Because we've been working that upper body a lot through thread the needle and the lift and lowers while we were lying on our front, we're going to cross over the arms and we're going to bring them a little bit nearer the knees, and we're going to just stretch the back of them shoulders by going back into an angry cat stretch and looking in between them thighs. Get a good stretch. Then swap your crossover, because it's always the arm at the front that gets the strongest stretch. Swap them over and go back into that angry cat. Arch the back, pull that belly button right up to the spine, tuck that tailbone in and under. Then bring the hands back under the shoulders, and then I want you to tuck the toes under. Keep the hands and the feet where they are, so they're glued, yeah. Then take the bottom up in the air, have the ears in line with the elbows, and push the bottom up in the air. Get a good stretch of that back. Ease the heels into the mat. You won't get them right down, so don't worry. We're just doing a lovely calf and hamstring stretch. Then bend the knees just a little bit and walk the hands toward the feet. Check the tummy muscles are engaged and just hang there. Just hang. Then take a hold of the back of the calves as if you're giving yourself a hug. And then straighten out the knees to just stretch the calf and the hamstrings. Then when you're ready, link by link, bone by bone, wheel up that vertebrae. And the last thing to come up should be the head as you roll the shoulders back into a capital D and push them down into your buttocks pockets. Did you enjoy that? I hope you did. Well, just check that you're in alignment. And this time I want you to engage them wind and water muscles and tummy muscles, just 10% now, and hold that for the rest of your life. And long may that be. And I hope I get to see you in person soon. And I am thinking of doing Zoom, so I want your feedback on it when you get this. I'm thinking about setting a couple of dates through the week so we can see each other. So have a think and send me a little text or WhatsApp about it. Okay, thank you. Bye. So do I do stop capture?
Just leave it. Yeah. Just, yeah. Stop.